The Kingdom of Aksum was a major ancient civilization in northeastern Africa, centered in modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. This strategic location allowed it to become a major trading power, controlling access between the Mediterranean and the Indian Ocean. Aksum Golden Age was between the 3rd and the 6th centuries CE, a period of immense prosperity and influence. During this time, its power and wealth allowed it to expand significantly and assert dominance over trade routes. The city of Axum served as the kingdom capital and remained an important religious center long after its political decline. Even after the empire lost its political power, later Ethiopian emperors continued to be crowned in Axum. It was one of the 4 great kingdoms of its time, alongside Rome, Persia, and China. This status was recognized by the 3rd century Persian philosopher Mani, highlighting Aksum's prominent role in the ancient world. The Aksumites developed their own unique alphabet, the GS script, which is still used today in Ethiopia and Eritrea. This script was a significant cultural achievement and became the basis for later Ethiopian and Eritrean languages. Aksum was the first sub-Saharan African state to mint its own coins. This sophisticated coinage system, featuring gold, silver, and bronze, demonstrated its economic power and self-sufficiency. The kingdom adopted Christianity as its official state religion in the mid-4th century CE under King Ezana. This conversion linked Aksum politically and religiously to the Byzantine Empire and the wider Christian world. Massive stone obelisks, known as Stelae, were erected to mark the underground tombs of emperors and nobles. These monolithic structures are a testament to the Aksumites' advanced architectural and engineering skills. The largest of these obelisks, now fallen and broken, would have been over 33 meters high, possibly the biggest single stone ancient people ever attempted to erect. Its construction required immense labor and displayed the wealth and power of the Aksumite rulers. Aksum controlled extensive trade routes connecting Africa with Arabia, the Mediterranean, and India. This network flowed through its principal port city of Obelisks on the Red Sea coast. Exports from Axum included valuable commodities such as gold, ivory, rhinoceros horn, emeralds, and tortoise shells. The control of these luxury goods was a primary source of the kingdom's immense wealth. Imported goods arriving in Axum included textiles, iron, steel, wine, and olive oil. The variety of these imports shows the kingdom's active participation in a sophisticated international trade network. King Ezana's reign marked the zenith of Aksumite power and saw significant territorial expansion. His inscriptions detail military campaigns that expanded the kingdom borders and consolidated its authority. The Aksumites conquered the kingdom of Kush in Nubia around 330 CE, bringing much of the Sudanese region under their control. This conquest eliminated a regional rival and expanded Aksum's influence towards the Nile Valley. In the 6th century CE, King Caleb invaded the Himyarite kingdom in Yemen to protect persecuted Christians. This military intervention, supported by the Byzantine emperor, showcased Aksum's power projection across the Red Sea. The invasion of Yemen led to Aksum reaching its largest territorial extent, controlling lands on both sides of the Red Sea. This dominance was short-lived, however, and ended after the Aksumite-Persian Wars. The kingdom decline began in the 7th century, partially due to the rise of Islamic power in Arabia. Muslim conquests of the Red Sea coast effectively isolated Axum from its key trade partners. Environmental factors such as deforestation and soil degradation also contributed to the kingdom's eventual downfall. Overuse of agricultural land led to pressure on food production, further weakening the state. Axum provided asylum to some of the first Muslim refugees fleeing persecution in Mecca in the 7th century CE. This act of kindness is a notable early interaction between the Aksumites and the emerging Islamic faith. The Christianization of Axum also spurred the development of a unique Ethiopian literary tradition, with numerous religious texts translated into the GE's language. This intellectual output cemented the cultural identity of the region. Archaeological excavations have revealed elaborate tombs and palaces, indicating a highly sophisticated and affluent urban society. These remains, including the royal tombs, illustrate the wealth and power of the Aksumite elite. Aksumite kings used the title Nagusa Negist, meaning King of Kings, reflecting a system of tribute and a degree of autonomy for local rulers in conquered territories. This title demonstrated the ruler's supreme authority over a confederation of lesser kings. The port of Obelisks was crucial for Aksumite trade and prosperity. Its destruction by Arab forces in the early 8th century delivered a severe economic blow to the kingdom. Aksum's strategic position at the crossroads of three continents, Africa, Arabia, and the Greco-Roman world, made it a hub for international commerce. This geographical advantage was central to the kingdom's rise as a global power. The Aksumite Church followed a form of Christianity similar to that of Coptic Egypt and eventually joined the Oriental Orthodox tradition. This religious alignment shaped its spiritual connections and liturgy. Later Ethiopian emperors of the Solomonic dynasty traced their lineage back to the last Aksumite emperor, Dil-na-od. This claim provided a historical and divine legitimacy to their rule for centuries. The legend of the Queen of Sheba is intertwined with Aksumite and later Ethiopian tradition, suggesting a deep connection to ancient Israel. This tale posits a link to King Solomon and the origin of the Solomonic dynasty. The famous Church of Mariam Tonshin in Axum is believed by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church to house the Ark of the Covenant. While this is a matter of faith, it makes Axum a profoundly sacred site. The Aksumites employed a sophisticated system of terrace farming and dam construction to maximize agricultural output in the highland environment. This advanced technology supported the kingdom's large population and economy. The diet of Aksumite farmers was diverse, including native African crops like teff and finger millet, as well as Near Eastern legumes and wheat. This rich agricultural tradition was the foundation of the kingdom's wealth before its trade prominence. Greek was widely used in Axum, particularly in administration, diplomacy, and on coins. This demonstrates the extent of Axum connections to the wider Hellenic and Roman cultural sphere. The Aksumite script, GS, initially resembled South Arabian scripts, but evolved into a distinct system with vocalization. It is an abugida, a type of writing system, where consonants have an inherent vowel. The Aksumite Empire did not disappear suddenly, but rather experienced a gradual decline starting around the 7th century. The reasons were a combination of economic, environmental, and internal factors. The shift of Aksumite political power southwards, away from the Red Sea coast, occurred during its decline. This relocation was partly a result of losing coastal control to Arab rivals. The kingdom's final centuries are often referred to as a dark age due to the scarcity of historical sources. The lack of written records from this period makes it difficult to fully understand the circumstances of its collapse. The decline of Axum is associated with increased competition for trade from Muslim Arab traders in the Red Sea. This economic rivalry severely hampered Aksum's primary source of wealth. A traditional Ethiopian account attributes the final overthrow of the Aksumite dynasty to a powerful, possibly Jewish, queen named Gudit, though her historical reality is debated. According to this story, she destroyed monuments and persecuted Christians in the 10th century. Aksumite control over conquered regions relied on a system of tribute which ultimately proved unstable. The semi-independent local rulers under the King of Kings sometimes had enough power to rebel against central authority. The massive obelisks of Axum were quarried and transported significant distances, a logistical feat requiring immense labor. This demonstrates the Aksumite state's ability to mobilize large-scale public works projects. After the capital was abandoned, the political center of the Aksumite remnant shifted to a new, but unknown, location called Kubar around 800 CE. This move inland reflects the new realities of Axum's diminished coastal power. Aksumite artisans were skilled in ivory carving, creating intricate works that reflect a blend of indigenous and Greco-Roman influences. The survival of some of these carvings provides insight into their advanced craftsmanship. The Aksumite economy was supported by a strong pastoral tradition of herding cattle, sheep, and goats, which complemented their agricultural base. This combination of farming and herding provided stability and resources for the population. The early history of Axum is linked to the pre-Aksumite state of Damat, which was heavily influenced by South Arabian civilization. This earlier kingdom laid some of the groundwork for Axum later development. The Aksumites left behind valuable inscriptions on stone tablets in Greek and Ge'ez, which are crucial for understanding their history. These records provide direct evidence of Aksumite kings and events. Aksumite kings sometimes added an uplifting phrase to their coins, such as "peace to the people." This served as a form of royal propaganda, promoting a positive image of their rule. The Aksumite Empire maximum territorial extent is estimated to have been around 2.5 million square kilometers. This large area included parts of modern Ethiopia, Eritrea, Yemen, Sudan, and Djibouti. The architecture of the later Zagwe dynasty shows heavy Aksumite influence, indicating a continuity of cultural traditions. This demonstrates that Aksum legacy persisted long after its political collapse. During the 4th and the 5th centuries, Aksum's sphere of influence extended west from the Red Sea towards the Sahara. This broad reach made it a significant regional power in antiquity. Aksumite coins often featured the king portrait alongside 2 ears of corn or wheat. This imagery likely symbolized the king power over the state agriculture and prosperity. The archaeological site of Axum was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1980. This recognition protects the remaining ruins and highlights their historical importance to global heritage.